Welcome everyone from YouTube. My name is Sloth, this is Godforge, and thanks a lot for stopping by. In today's video, just a really quick one, a short one, I want to use all my Aetherstones, like not mortal ones, but all other Aetherstones. Let's have a look if we can finally hit gold. As you can see, I didn't hit gold even once on this account, didn't hit gold on the flawless ones and also not on the ancestral ones. On my second account I actually hit gold a couple of times, but not on this account, which I'm absolutely fine with as long as it's in the beta. Once the final game and the early access releases, I really hope that this will change. However, let's get into this. So for something cool, while I also have to admit that I'm not that desperately looking for any gold or any legendary heroes, because I'm planning to use mostly rare and epic heroes, just for guides, you know, just to keep it a bit more reliable. This is why I focus on the rare and the epic heroes. But yeah, first run, rare Texas, so nothing too special. But then we are guaranteed to get something in the second run. Now, I don't know her, honestly, so let's have a look at her kit just really quick. Damn, those animations, I think they are cool, that's a very cool idea. While there is definitely some room for improvement, and I don't like that they take so long. So let's have a look at the skill kit just real quick. One enemy 2 times, while each hit has a 30% chance to increase the duration of a random buff on all allies. Now this is interesting, all allies is cool, but it's not 100%, which is a bit weird, isn't it? Maybe we can scroll this up. Attacks all enemies with a decent, not the best scaling. Attack up on all allies, the big version is very nice. And then if some ally is in the team, it increases the turn meter. His turn meter, okay, so it's not the best core skill out there, I think. And then the ultimate. Attacks all enemy, once again the same scaling, really nothing special honestly. And then places a block debuff and accuracy up on all allies for 2 turns. Now this is a cool combination, and then you can also place Immortal on Plug Talok. It's a decent ultimate, quite good, but not that I like this hero that much honestly. When this hero places a buff on an ally, heal that ally. The allies at full HP, but okay, this is actually a very cool passive. So if you lack a healer, then you could give this hero a try. She could perform better than the rare heroes that I covered in my latest videos. But yeah, she's probably only designed to be a supportish healer. While block debuffs is definitely an extremely strong buff to bring, so I definitely have to admit. And the fact that she can increase the buff duration is also very cool. Wow, okay. 30 summons, 1 epic. Well, the account does not seem to like me that much. Now, I don't want to go through those... Okay, cool, something epic at least. But I don't want to go through those super long animations another 8 times. Since, as I said, I want to keep... Oh, this is Huji, cool. Now he pairs with Janji. This is nice. Attacks one enemy and places an intercept on the ally with the lowest HP. If Janji is an ally, she will join the attack. Oh, this is so cool. Since I really like Janja, and I really like her A1, this is very cool. Sun and Moon. Oh yeah, okay, so he's the Sun hero, she's the Moon hero. Attacks all enemy. Oh, scaling with defense and attack. 30% chance to place a taunt for 1 turn. What is this hero? Actually, he is a defender. He's a defender, but only equipping a bow. Interesting design. And if Janji is an ally, she places a protect on her for 2 turns. Okay. Honestly, I don't like the protect buff that much right now, because whenever I'm using a hero with a protect buff, it seems like they just get the full damage that the protected hero would receive without recalculating the damage with the defensive stats of the tank. So this feels quite weird. I really hope that you kind of understood what I'm trying to say. But this makes it very hard for your heroes that place protect to stay alive. It is super weird. I think that this is the problem, because normally, you know, if like my tank or if my damage dealer gets 1000 damage, I feel like the protect just converts 1000 damage directly to the defender without recalculating the damage with the defensive stats of the defender. And this is super weird. I'm not sure if this is true, but if this is true, then this is definitely something that they will fix for the future version of the game. But this is why right now I don't like the Protect up that much. Then removes Blaze from all allies. Interesting, quite niche, but interesting. Except this hero. Then attacks one enemy. Except this hero, okay. Then attack one enemy. Has a 75% chance to place attack down on all allies. Really, I love attack down. Very cool. Except the target for 2 turns. If there are no other enemies alive, place blunt on the target for 2 turns. What is blunt? Decreased. Oh, this is blunt. Okay. And then this would probably Blaze himself. Whenever an ally receives Blaze, 50% chance this hero receives it instead. Okay. It's decent. I like his A1. But the fact that he cannot even remove the Blaze from himself, even though he can receive a lot of Blaze, is okay. It's an okay-ish hero, but definitely not one of the top 10 epics, I'd say. So let's go through this really fast. Yeah, something rare, we just skip the animation here. I would love some other way to skip the animation, but it's fine, I think. Okay. Whenever it is a rare hero, we'll easily skip the animation. As I said, I want to ideally keep this video below 10 minutes, but we will see. Oh, the final Ramses. Now I have 6 Ramses, so I can now awaken him to level 5, which is something I wanted to cover in another video. So this is quite decent pull. There is Chandra. Very cool hero, like her so much. I will definitely build her, and there's another one. I will definitely build her in once the main game releases, depending on my pulls. But when I'm lacking a hero, then I will definitely go for her once again. Okay, so we have more than 150 Ancestrals pulled, and still not a legendary. That's too bad. Let's go for those 5 Eternal Stones, or no. Are they called Eternal? I think so, yes. I don't expect a legendary here as well, but I mean, as I said, those double pulls, very weird. Very, very weird. So honestly, I don't expect to get a legendary here in the first beta round, since you can see I just opened around, or used around 60 of those stones. And I would definitely not be able to hit Pity, to reach Pity. And in general, when it comes to gacha games, I always just expecting Pity, so then I'm not that disappointed when I don't get anything good. Well, as you can see, it works, it checks out. So let's go to the Flawless Stones. Here we have at least a decent chance, I think like 6%. That's decent. But yeah, let's better not expect something too good. Let's have a look. Oh, this is Busted. Now, Busted is very nice. I just can summarize her kit for you real quick. She places a lot of Blaze on the enemy team, AoE Blaze. And I think she also gets stronger over time. Oh yeah, she increases her turn meter whenever. This is a very interesting hero, definitely one of the better heroes in my opinion. Blaze is very strong in some particular areas, especially for example for the weapon dungeon. You could definitely give Busted a try. 4 more stones to go. Ah, Groot, is it you? I actually don't know who this is. I didn't saw him yet or read his kit. Leshy, the Vanishing Woodwalker. Let's have a look at the kit just real quick. One enemy would replace the Vulnerable. Vulnerable it's decent, it's a bit niche as well. Then can increase the damage inflicted from debuffs. So for example, Blaze. Or Acid. Attacks all enemies, and then probably once it's screwed up, it's 100% chance for Acid for 2 turns. 1 Acid, it's decent. Nothing special, nothing too strong. Attacks all enemies. If the attack defeats an enemy, it places a sleep on all enemies. Okay? Also, the condition is something that I don't like too much. But sleep is useful. It's not the best control, but it is useful. Then it attacks all enemies with a 50% chance to increase Divinity by 5% when attacking under Vanish. Okay, so he has no way to inflict or place Vanish on himself. But it's decent. So once again, definitely not one of the best epics. Probably nothing that I would recommend you building. Maybe he could be interesting for PvP or so, but I didn't pay attention to his multipliers honestly, but I don't expect him to be too strong. Also, I never saw this dude here as well. He looks cool. Mordred. Oh, Mordred. Isn't he one of the King Arceus round or so? I'm not sure. Next one enemy, decent scaling for an A1 and 75% chance to place Corrupt. Corrupt is... Oh, okay, it interrupts enemies from buffing themselves up. For some areas, definitely very useful. Attacks all enemies and has a... Oh, this is cool, okay. I would love to use the Confuse control effect because it is so funny that the hero instead attacks a random ally with a basic attack. It does very heavily reduced damage, and yet I think it's just some funnier interaction, a funny control effect. So decent, I take it. We'll probably build him up a little bit, depending on how many resources I have. Next, all enemies. Not the best scaling, definitely not the best scaling. If the target is under Confuse, inflict increased damage. If the target is under Corrupt, decrease their turn meter. Okay, it's good, it's interesting. Maybe it could also be useful for PvP or the tower content. We will see in the second run of the beta. The enemies have a 30% chance to reflect damage when attacked by an ally. Okay. What is this? Enemies have a 30% chance to reflect 100% damage. Wait, it's just quite early in the morning and maybe I'm confusing things, but doesn't this sound super bad? Isn't it like a bad passive? When the enemies reflect the damage? When they are attacked by... I'm not sure. I think he already hit me with his core skill because I'm honestly confused. I'm sorry guys, maybe I just misunderstood something, but this red like is super bad passive. Oh, and this is Benji. Benji is also cool. I like her kit actually quite a lot, and I want to try her out, build her up a bit, because I think this kit is very interesting. She attacks one enemy, and then plays an asset, or can place an asset with, I think it scrolls up to 75% or 65, I'm not sure, to place an asset for 2 turns. On an A1, this is definitely decent. Then she can attacks all enemies and places the Ether Burn. Now Ether Burn is interesting. It is, for most dungeon content, it's not too good. But this I could definitely see in the tower content or for some harder waves. Ether Burn I didn't test around too much with this debuff, but I think this could definitely be interesting, definitely be useful in some areas. And then she attacks once again all enemies. Now 2 times, so the scaling is better than most of the scalings that we had yet. And then she can inflict Blaze or place Blaze as well on the target for 2 turns. And the second hit also has a chance, and I'm sure this can scroll up to 100% as well, to increase the duration of Blaze, Acid or Ether Burn by 1 turn. And this is very cool, since she brings all those 3 debuffs, and then she can increase the duration of those debuffs. This is just something I like quite a lot. And then her passive is also very cool. She inflicts damage to an enemy and inflicting damage to an enemy under Blaze, Acid or Ether Burn has a 50% chance to inflict an additional 2% damage. And since she has 2 AoEs, the battle skill and the ultimate, and then also her A1, which is very decent, I think this is actually quite a cool passive, because most of the time she will hit enemies under one of those 3 debuffs. So I quite like her a lot. Definitely have to try her out. But yeah, the time is so limited on the beta, which is so sad. And honestly, now when we hear just, oh, another one of those weird dudes with a weird passive. Let me know in the comments below, maybe I just misunderstood the passive. Or probably, is it just like a translation mistake or so? A bad wording or whatever? However, what I wanted to say is, the beta is about to end soon. I think it's another 4 or 5 days. And then, I don't know what exactly to cover next. There are quite a lot of games that I would love to cover, and I will definitely cover a bit of Dragonheir once the new season begins. But apart from that, I really want a second game. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions or any wishes, let me know in the comments below. But well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I really hope that you had a bit more luck than I did. Bye guys.